This week, Scott Huntsman joins me as we head out to the Red Rocks to test drive a unique vehicle that's completely manufactured right here in the beautiful state of Utah.
That's right, Chad, and I cannot wait to hit the road. Then, over the river and through the desert, the AYL crew visits a unique trail that is sure to be a mudslinger.
Finally, our friends from Jorgensen's are showing you one special way to create a magical holiday tradition as they show you how to tag and bag your very own Christmas tree. It's all coming your way right now. At Your Leisure is next. You know, Scott, I've traveled Highway 128 outside of Moab in all kinds of ways. I've been on bike, I've been on motorcycles, I've been in cars, Jeeps. I've never done this, though.
I haven't either, and this is beautiful. I can't wait for this. This is going to be fun.
It is. Hi, everybody. Welcome to At Your Leisure. I'm Chad Booth.
And I'm Scott Huntsman, and we are on Highway 128 in Moab. This is the scenic byway, and I'm filling in for Rhea, who just happened not to make it today because I pushed her in a closet and locked the door. Just so you know when you get back, that's why I'm here.
She's going to be mad at you.
Yes, that's okay. I can deal with that.
We are riding in Vanderhalls today. These are a locally built car, built right here in Utah, from the ground up. And they are, what do you call them, Scott? It's
an autocycle.
They're an autocycle. And as you're driving down the highway, you got all this excitement going. You've got 3 wheels that performs like 4 in a much more expensive version.
Oh, and beautiful. Turbocharged little 4-cylinder GM engine. These have some power, and I'm excited to drive
Which is perfect for the LaSalle Loop, because this is a road that's got lots of twists and turns and switchbacks and hills to climb and all kinds of things like that. And these, I think, are going to be the great car. Let's find out a little bit about what this trip is like.
Yeah, let's do it.
Constantly, we get calls from people coming to Moab asking about the best way to go see our national parks. And the Vanderhalls are the ticket. You can go out, enjoy the beautiful scenery up above you and all around you with a really unique experience. With the all aluminum chassis, the cars are extremely light. And then you have the GM 4-cylinder motor in there. And with that low weight and high power ratio, it just makes the car really, really fun to drive. You're planted down on the ground. Vanderhall went above and beyond and put in a GM transmission as well. So it's front wheel drive, and so it picks up and goes quick. The base model, the Venice, which is behind me, is probably their most popular. Fun, sporty. They also have a model called the Carmel that has doors, and so a little bit easier to get in and out of. It's a little wider in the passenger compartment, but overall it drives really, really similar. And then they have the Edison edition, which is all electric. So you can rent a Vanderhall for a half day at $199 or $349 for the full day, or 24 hours. You go out to dinner, go to the park, do a couple of the nice scenic drives here. We also do multi-days.
Well, whatever you do, when you're taking a day to travel by Vanderhall around the LaSalle Loop, make sure that you take plenty of time to stop and soak it in. Because while these are a lot of fun, you still can't get the full beauty unless you can just kind of turn around.
It's absolutely amazing up here, and when you stop and you get a look around and see all the red rock and all the beauty, this is the best way to see it, out in the open air.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't get any better than this.
No, and that's why we keep coming back down. That's why you got a house down here.
Exactly. That's why we come down here a lot. This is my happy place.
Well, my happy place is going to be back out on the road. I think we should get going, Scott.
Let's do it.
While we do that, why don't you go to this week's Where To Adventure? Lead the way, buddy.
Let's go.
You know, Scott, now I know why they say keep your hands inside at all times, because I can actually be in driving position and touch the road.
Yeah, that's no kidding. I can't believe how low we sit in these cars. I mean, these things are just fun. Hey, welcome back to At Your Leisure, everybody. We're sitting up here at the very top of the LaSalle Mountain Loop, and in the Vanderhalls that we rented from High Point in Moab.
You know, I've been watching these cars. I've been seeing the billboards on the freeway. I've been reading some articles about them. But I'm really impressed with how these little things handle.
They really do handle great. I mean, I gotta say, these things get around those corners, coming up the switchbacks to get up here. You can just turn these things tight. They're so lightweight. You keep that turbo spooled up, and you've got that power immediately. You can manually shift, you can let it automatically shift. The only thing that's just a little tricky for me is we see that little pebble in the road, so you like to straddle it like you do on a car,
and then
your rear tire still gets
you
it.
run over the back tire. You have to learn to just kind of get it right in between.
It just slightly.
Yeah.
Oh, these are a lot of fun. I've had a great time doing this.
Yeah, you know what's amazing to me though, Scott, is that when these cars start out in the morning at the factory, they're nothing but sheet aluminum. And all of the whole frame is CNC cut and welded. And so they have a complete box frame that's built for them. By the end of the day, they don't cast anything other than the suspension and then put a Chevy motor in them. And the rest of them is all just custom built stuff. So.
Exactly. They almost seem like they're an external type of frame. The frame sits to the outsides,
yep,
and everything's all kind of contained to the inside of it. So it is really a very unique design.
And I would imagine to the degree you're exposed to the world, that does make it a little bit safer.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. I feel plenty safe in it. I never felt as if I was going to lose control or tip the car. I had a lot of people comment wanting to know, is it going to feel like it's going to go over? Not in the least.
I totally, unless I'm looking at your tail end, your butt driving down the road, I forget they're a three-wheeled car.
You do. Yeah. You don't even know it. Yeah. The front view out of these things are great. You're just in an open roadster. Dates you back to a different day. It's like you're in an Italian sports car.
Actually, you know what I think it reminds me of? Remember the really early MG TDs that kind of had the long skinny cowl and then the fenders out there? The dash, yes. The arch of the dash kind of reminds me of that.
That's exactly what it is. It's just a great little dashboard. It's small, two people, you sit pretty tight, but you get plenty cozy, so definitely go with somebody you love. So the aluminum chassis on this car really does handle very well. It's handling the corners with great ease, good stability, and the turbo kicking in is wonderful. I love the turbo.
Driving this car reminds me of driving a Lotus. I had a chance to do that a few years ago on this show, if you'll remember. This thing has got sticky tires. It's like rubber cement gluing it to the road. Well, right now it's time for us to head off to this week's Along the Way.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure. As you can see behind us, we're almost to the end of our trip.
That's true. There's Ken's Lake in the foreground, Moab behind it. And I got to tell you, Scott, this has been fun going over the tops of the mountains. I feel like Jean-Pierre Sarti in the Grand Prix.
Well, I'll tell you what, I love the open air feel of these Vanderhalls. I mean, they're great. And here we are pretty much in the fall. It is fall. A little bit nippy in the air. It's a wonderful day, but, you know, seat warmers in there.
And heaters.
Warm me right up and blowing heat on you. You can't get any better than that. Wonderful day. They're glued to the road. They just handle so well. It's just been a lot of fun.
So right now, let's take a look at what's coming up. We got a contest winner.
This week's contest winner was spotted on our Jeep trip out in Colorado a few weeks ago, and his license plate number V198BU. And it looks like they're the lucky winner of an annual park pass for Utah State Parks. This pass allows you day access to any of the Utah state parks free of charge, and it's good for a whole year.
Congratulations, and be sure to call us on Monday at 801-947-8888 to claim your prize. Now, let's take a look at our calendar of events.
This weekend, ski season kicks off as Powder Mountain Ski Resort just opened this weekend, and Eagle Point in Beaver opens on December 20th.
Then, on December 4th through the 7th is the Christ Kindle Mark, which offers a unique cultural holiday experience for the whole family at This Is the Place Heritage State Park. Scott, that is so much fun up there.
And keep in mind that there's a bunch of Christmas light events going on now through the end of December, including some of our favorites from last year, like Christmas in Color or Fantasy at the Bay at Willards Bay. There's tons of options, so get out and get the whole family in the Christmas spirit.
Looks like next week's show is going to be every bit as much fun today, although maybe not as fast.
Well, fast is exactly what we've had today, and it was my pleasure to be here. I'll fill in for Rhea, aka in the closet today, anytime. You know, you can rent these from High Point ATV and Hummer Tours here right in Moab, and they're also a dealer as well.
That's right. You can rent them on half day or full day, or just fall in love with them so much you take them home.
Exactly. But I might end up with one, Chad, after this time. It's been a great time. We've had a lot of fun here.
It's definitely on my bucket list now. I know what's going to have to happen here. Anyway, just remember, there's adventure around every bend. In fact, I see our next adventure right there on this curve.
Just get out and create your own Vanderhall adventure.
At your leisure. All right, I'll race you to the bottom, buddy.
Okay, let's do it.